All right, this tutorial is on making a residual plot. Two things that I want you to be clear on before we do it. Number one, all we're actually doing is making a scatter plot, which you have very likely already seen how to do in the first tutorial in chapter 3. Okay? So we're making a scatter plot. Where the magic is going to happen is to get the predicted y values and calculate all the residuals. Because if you've tried these homework problems, you probably found that's where the difficulty is. Like, it's not conceptually that bad to do. It's just a ton of work to get a bunch of predicted y values and then to get a bunch of residuals. The second thing is, this is more likely to benefit you on homework or checkpoint quizzes. It's not super likely I would ask you to make a residual plot on a test. I could. It's more likely there that I would like to see if you can read one and kind of take the information from them that you need. But the homework assignment will ask you to do this, I think, multiple times. So this could be a good time saver. All right, start by going to Stat Edit. I have the Honda CRV data from 3.2 day 1. There's the first 7 pieces. If you want to pause there and get the first 7, then I can scroll down. You can get the other 4. And there's the last 4. Okay. Pause if you need to. Take a minute. Make sure you get your data in. Okay. And get that all squared away. I'm actually going to stay here. And I'm going to go up to the headings where it says lists. And I'm going to do 2 things that you've probably never seen done on a graphing calculator, but they're pretty slick. Because really, what I want in these lists is 2 things. In list 3 is to get all the predicted y values all at once. And then in list 4, to get all the residuals all at once. Okay, and if you go and you do operations up in the title of the list, where I have it highlighted at list 3, you can do that. Okay, so what I need in list 3 is all my predictions. Okay, you may recall that's the y-intercept and the slope for the least squares regression line, but notice I didn't put x, because in place of x, I'm going to say list 1. I want to use all of those x values one at a time. And then I want the calculator to put all of them in list 3. I hit enter, and there they are. Okay? So this is great. I've got all my predicted y values. Now I hop over to list 4, and I'm going to do list 2 minus list 3. Think about what we have in those lists. List 2 has all of our actual y values that we entered from the table that we got in our notes. Those were actual asking prices. List 3 was all the predictions. So if I do list 2 minus list 3, that's essentially actual minus predicted for my y values. That's what a residual is. Again, notice I'm up in list 4 because I want this done for every pair of points that I have in list 2 and list 3. I hit enter, and now all my residuals are in list 4. That's one, negative 295.9 we did in class. That was the biggest one. There it is, 1709.6. We found that one too. Okay. Now, check this out. I'm going to get out of there because I'm done with the list. Hey, go hit the magic button. Zoom 9. Wait a minute. That's not a residual plot. That just looks like our scatter plot that had miles driven for the x-axis and asking prices on the Y. Okay, here's where we have to make a little adjustment. Go back to stat plot. Okay, I find once we get back into stat plot, many students see it right away as to what's going on, as to why we didn't see a residual plot. It's not here. We want our plot on. It's not there. We want a scatter plot. It's right there. Okay, what did we have in list 2? Those were our actual Y values. And those are great. If we set it to list 1 and list 2, we're just going to see a scatter plot. A residual plot pairs the X value with its residual. We don't want list 2 for our Ys. We want list 4. Now we hit our magic button, zoom 9. There's a residual plot. Okay. Again, the point really being for your homework, big time saver, right? And really any context where you have to get a lot of predicted Y values or those residuals, and you want them all, use the list to just get them all at once, right? If a problem gives you nothing but the data, there's so much the calculator can do as far as getting the least squares regression line, getting predicted Y values, getting residuals. Take advantage of that, right? This is all just number crunching, and you've probably already seen in statistics, we don't like to bother with a lot of time on number crunching, right? Once we have the numbers, that's where the process really starts for us, because we like to dive into the meaning of all those numbers, okay? By the way here, as far as reading it, this is a residual plot that we like. The residuals look to be relatively small. It's a little hard to tell without the scale, but they look small. The bigger thing, though, they don't show any obvious patterns, which is good. It means our regression line that we used fits the points pretty well, right? Fits the points pretty well.